The next important concept that we have is versioning. So this is very important concept, right? If I am storing some data onto my S3 bucket, okay, let's suppose that I am uploading one picture called as photo.jpg to my S3 bucket, right? Then after I have modified this photo and I am again re-uploading this photo.jpg. Then what will happen? The previous version will be replaced. The new upload that I am making would be replacing the older version because both of them are having the same object name. So if we are having the same object name, then the newer version would be replacing the older version of our data. But what if I want to store multiple versions? I wanted to store the previous version as well and the new version as well. Then you have to enable this feature called as versioning. This can be enabled while creating the S3 bucket, or you can also enable it later. So as you can see, when versioning is enabled, each new version of the object is uploaded to bucket and it is assigned as unique version ID. Okay, so let us suppose that while creating the S3 bucket, we have not enabled versioning. Then also version ID parameter would be there, okay, with each and every object, but the value to that would be none, right? So we can retrieve any specific version of our particular object by specifying its version ID, or we can retrieve the latest version by not specifying any version ID. So if we are not specifying the version ID, then the latest version of that particular object would be retrieved. It also provides protection against accidental deletion or overwriting, because when versioning is enabled and when we are deleting the object, it is not actually removed from the bucket. It becomes a previous version and a delete marker is added. Okay, so if you want to restore that deleted object, then you can restore it by removing the delete marker. So when we delete the object with versioning enabled, then just delete marker is being added to it. But what if I want to permanently delete that object? So for that, you have to specify the version ID along with your delete command. That, okay, I want to delete this specific version of my object from this particular bucket. So if you are mentioning the version ID, then it would be permanently deleted. But if you just say that delete this object, then the delete marker would be placed. So versioning will also allow us to track the changes that happen to our data over the time, right? And we can also revert or roll back to our previous version if required. So this will be useful when multiple users are accessing the same file, or if they are, when the file is updated frequently, then in that case, our data will not get corrupted. Okay, our multiple versions would be getting stored. But in that also you have to be careful, because when multiple versions of one particular object are being stored, then the data that you are storing into your S3 bucket is increasing, right? So that will also increase the cost. So you have to be careful in this matter as well. So this is how the versioning would basically look like. Okay. Let us suppose that I had these two versions of sunrise.gif with version ID this 1111 and 12121. And now I am saying that delete sunrise.gif. Okay. Then to the current version, whatever is the current version, okay, delete marker would be applied to that. It will not be permanently deleted, guys. Only delete marker would be applied to that and it will still be in our bucket. So what if you want to permanently delete this object? then I have to say that delete sunrise dot gif with version ID 12345. If I just put this kind of command, then this would be permanently deleted. Right. So this is the concept of versioning over here.